Hey, Ravens fans. Today we're going to talk about a big question that's on a lot of minds. Should Baltimore trade for Cooper Kupp? Just imagine, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, with amazing skills, playing alongside Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson. It would make for a much more powerful offense, right? But there are complications too, like giving up a young and promising player like David Ojabo. Let's explore all of this together and find out if this trade could be what takes our team to the next level. Stick with us until the end to see if this gamble is worth it. Go Ravens! Imagine how exciting it would be to see Cooper Kupp, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, playing for the Ravens. The guy is incredible, and even though he's had some injury issues in recent years, he still knows how to make big plays. With Zay Flowers by his side, the Ravens' offense could turn into a much more dangerous machine. The idea of bringing Kupp on board is bold, but he would bring an experience that few players have, helping Lamar Jackson have more passing options, especially in crucial moments of the game. Now, of course, to bring Kupp in, the Ravens would have to give up something important: David Ojabo, one of the young talents on the defense. That's not an easy decision, since Ojabo still has a lot to offer, but sometimes you have to sacrifice one piece to gain another that could make a difference. The Ravens are looking for a more dynamic offense, and this trade could be what they need to take the team to a higher level, especially in the tougher games. The big question is it worth making this trade, knowing Kupp has an injury history? He has shown he can shine, but his recent physical problems raise doubts. If he stays healthy, he could be the perfect piece to help the team go far. But that makes us wonder, are the Ravens ready to give up a defensive talent like Ojabo for a player who has faced so many injuries? David Ojabo is a young player who joined the Ravens with high expectations. Although he faced injury problems early on, he is still seen as a defensive prospect with a lot of potential. Now, with this possible trade involving Cooper Kupp, an important question arises. Are the Ravens willing to sacrifice Ojabo's future for a chance to improve the offense now? The decision is complicated, especially since Ojabo has barely had the opportunity to show everything he can do on the field. If Baltimore really goes ahead with this trade, they would be giving up a player who could develop into a cornerstone of the defense. Ojabo is strong, fast, and has the ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks. Over time, he could become a key part of the Ravens' defensive system. However, the offense also needs immediate reinforcements, and Kupp, despite his injury history, presents a unique opportunity to elevate the team's offensive level. The key question here is whether the team is prepared to risk its defensive future for an immediate impact on offense. Trading Ojabo might seem like a high price to pay, but if Kupp can stay healthy, he could be the player who makes all the difference in the most crucial moments of the season. Speaking of health, Kupp's injury history is the next important point to consider. And you, fan, what do you think about this potential trade of Ojabo for Kupp? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you think it's a good trade, or if you believe another player would be a better option, let's discuss it. One of the biggest concerns regarding Cooper Kupp is his injury history. Over the past 3 years, he has missed a good number of games, and in 2024, he has only played in 2 games so far. Even so, when Kupp is on the field, he is simply dominant. His receiving skills, agility, and ability to find space in opposing defenses are unquestionable. But are the Ravens willing to bet on a player who might not be available for every game? Durability is crucial here. The Ravens need consistency on offense, which means relying on players who can participate in most of the season's games. Kupp has shown that when healthy, he is one of the best in the league, but his frequent injuries leave a question mark. Will he be available in the most important moments, like the playoffs? Baltimore would have to rely on their medical staff to keep Kupp in shape to play most of the season. It's a high-risk, high-reward gamble. If Kupp can return to the form he showed in 2021, when he was the best wide receiver in the NFL, he could be the game changer the Ravens need to go far. But it all hinges on a big question. Will he be able to connect with Lamar Jackson quickly and produce at the level the Ravens expect? Well, we've already passed the halfway point of our video, but before we continue, I noticed that you haven't left a like on this video yet. That's really important so that YouTube continues to recommend my content to you, and I can keep bringing you more. So, go ahead and hit that like button. It's free, thanks. Let's continue. Imagining Lamar Jackson and Cooper Kupp on the same team is something that gets any fan excited. Jackson is a dynamic quarterback who needs reliable and talented receivers around him. Kupp, with his precision in running routes and ability to gain yards after the catch, would be a huge asset to the Ravens' aerial game. The connection between the two might not be immediate, but if they find their rhythm, this duo could cause a lot of problems for opposing defenses. Kupp has the ability to adapt quickly to the quarterbacks he plays with. This is a positive point, as he has shown that he can adjust and become his QB's favorite target, as he did with Matthew Stafford at the Los Angeles Rams. If he can create that chemistry with Lamar Jackson, the Ravens will have a much more unpredictable and explosive aerial attack. Additionally, his presence would open up space for other players, like Zay Flowers, who would benefit from less coverage. With this duo on the field, opposing defenses would have to choose between focusing on Jackson and his runs or paying attention to Kupp and his precise movements. This makes the Ravens' offense more complete and harder to stop. Now, thinking about the future, how could the Ravens' receiving core benefit even more from this addition? If the Ravens managed to bring Cooper Kupp on board, the team's receiving core would take a significant leap in quality. Zay Flowers has already shown he has a lot of potential, but with Kupp by his side, he could develop even further. The presence of an experienced and talented player like Kupp would ease the pressure on Flowers, allowing him to grow with less attention from opposing defenses. This partnership of youth and experience would create a more balanced aerial attack, with several options for Lamar Jackson to explore. In addition to Flowers, other players at the position would also benefit. With Kupp on the field, opponents would have to adjust their coverages, opening up more space for other wide receivers and tight ends to contribute. This would also help the running game, as linebackers and safeties from other teams would be more concerned with Kupp's routes, giving more freedom to Jackson's runs and the running backs. In summary, adding Kupp would create a positive ripple effect throughout the entire offense. In the long run, having a player of Kupp's caliber would help shape the Ravens' receiving group, providing a solid foundation for the development of young talents like Flowers. The big question is whether the Ravens are willing to invest in this risk, knowing that a trade of this magnitude could alter the balance between offense and defense on the team. Now that you've seen all the points about this possible trade between the Ravens and the Rams, the question that remains is it worth betting on Cooper Kupp? He could bring the immediate impact that the Ravens' offense needs, but on the other hand, giving up a promising young player like David Ojabo is a considerable risk. Either way, the future of the team could be about to change. And you, what would you do in the Ravens' shoes? Would you bet on Kupp, even with his injury history, or would you keep Ojabo to secure the strength of the defense? Share your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about this trade.